The 11th day of the second regular session of the 22nd Congress will now come to order. May we all bow our heads for a moment of silent prayer. Roll call, Chief Clerk.
Senator Aritos,
Yes.
Senator Christian, Senator Figuer,
Yes.
Senator Colan,
Yes.
Floor Leader Harper,
Amen.
Senator Conman, Vice Speaker Moses, Senator Net, Senator Paluc,
Yes.
Senator Perman, Senator Romulo,
Amen.
Senator Urusamal, Senator Urusamal,
Thank you, thank you, Chief Clerk. I'm here.
Turn on your
Senator Wally,
video.
Yes. I'm here.
Speaker Simena.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, 13 members are present.
Okay. We do have a quorum to transact business. May I ask Chairman Ursula and Chairman Figuer to please turn on your video so we know whether you're really present or you're using a proxy. Okay. Next item is item 4, reading of the journal. Floor Leader Harbert.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And again, good morning to you and honorable members, staff, and all those who are observing our session this morning. Again, I move to dispense with the reading of the journal.
Second. It's been moved and seconded that we dispense with the reading of the journal. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, nay.
Aye.
We now dispense with the reading of the journal. Next item, Chief Clerk.
Item number 5, presidential communications. We have one and it's number 22-120.
Okay, I've signed that, Chief Clerk. Oh, Freedom of Information Act. All right, as if we have something to light in the first place, okay?
Yes,
Next item.
particularly my concern this morning. We will make countries that don't know enough about us would start thinking that there is something to hide one. Sometimes like Romulo's allowance check, before he got it, it was already publicized somewhere else. So there is a lot of freedom information around here. We really don't need to implicate ourselves by establishing laws that are not necessary. But may I ask for a point of privilege and ask that maybe the Chuk delegation.
You're already on point of privilege, so continue.
All right.
Your privilege.
If the Chuk delegation could kindly get a proper colored cover for the seat vacated by Senator Conman when we're in session.
Yes, thank you. I think just like the roll call, I think because I've just made the declaration of vacancy today. So I am pleased that the Chief Clerk no longer called the name of our late colleague. And perhaps the seat can be also removed for now. So maybe tomorrow that will be gone. And the nameplate should also be removed. Okay, thank you for bringing that up, Vice Chairman Christian. Okay, so continue, Chief Clerk. Next item.
Item number 6, some Supreme Court communications. None, Mr. Speaker.
Continue.
Item number 7, member communications, none also. Item number 8, departmental communications, none, Mr. Speaker. Item number 9, agency or governmental authority communications, none, Mr. Speaker. Item number 10, state communications, none. Item 11, state Supreme Court communications, none, Mr. Speaker. Item 12, municipal or town communications, none, Mr. Speaker. Item number 13, foreign government communications, none. And item number 14, miscellaneous communications, none, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, thank you, Chief Clerk. We're now on our order of the day. Item 15, standing committee reports. Do we have any, Chief Clerk?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, for item number 15, standing committee reports, the first one that we have on the calendar now is standing committee report number 22-22 regarding CR number 22-57, which is a resolution to confirm the nomination of Mrs. Jane Chigiel to serve as the permanent representative of the Federated States of Micronesia to the United Nations from your Committee on External Affairs for adoption.
Thank you for that. I think what's written in there, it says FSN to the United States, so it should be United Nations. Make that correction on our order. Okay. Chairman Willie?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning to you and members. Move for the adoption of the said report.
Second.
Second.
Moved and seconded that Congress adopt standing committee report number 22-22. Discussion on the report. Any discussion? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We'll vote. Those in favor of the adoption of standing committee report 22-22, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Standing committee report number 22-22 is adopted by Congress. Next report, Chief Clerk.
Recess, please.
Short recess to the off, yeah. Congress is back in session. We're still on the standing committee reports calendar. Next report, Chief Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. For more reports, please refer to the awaiting list number 22-13 for standing committee reports awaiting the 24 hours requirement.
Okay, just for our information, what's the report about?
The report on the awaiting list is Standing Committee Report number 22-24 regarding Congressional Resolution number 22-56, which is a resolution to confirm the nomination of Mr. Johnson S. Elumo to serve as the FSM Consul General in Honolulu, Hawaii, from your External Affairs Committee for adoption.
Okay, so that should take care of your concern, Pro Leader Harbert. But the
Okay.
other one, that's with Chairman Net, so it's Chairman Net's decision to make. Okay, so let's give that awaiting list to tomorrow. Okay, if no further business under standing committee report, next item, Chief Clerk.
Special committee reports for item number 16, none at the moment, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, next item.
Item 17 for assignment of measures and communications, please refer to referral sheet number 22-28.
Okay, Chairman and members, review that for your planning purposes. Next item.
Unfinished business, none at the moment, Mr. Speaker.
Okay. Now we're on the bill calendar. First bill, Chief Clerk.
The first bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-77 for second and final reading. CB number 22-77 is a bill for an act to appropriate the sum of $2,500,000 from the general fund of the Federated States of Micronesia for the fiscal year ending September 30th, 2021 for the purpose of funding the low-income household support program and for other purposes.
Chairman Figueroa.
Move for the passage of the bill on second and final reading.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress pass on second and final reading, CP number 22-77. Discussion.
Mr. Speaker.
Done. Yes, Vice Chairman Christian.
Mr. Speaker, if I had anything to say or control of this bill, I would recommend that it be postponed until we have come up with criteria on the award of 2.5 million to deserving families. Appoint a credential committee or a selection committee, and all the processes that are necessary to clearly identify the truly deserving souls for the assistance that Congress now will begin to give, beginning with this particular appropriation. I don't think there is a lack of enthusiasm by members of Congress to see our constituents assisted with some housing money to help them improve their social well-being and improve the dignity and the pride of the children who live in those homes. There are many children who are embarrassed to invite other children to come to their birthday parties because of their housing conditions. I am in support of this bill, but what I would like to see first as a prelude to this is establishment of regulations to guide the implementation of this money to be distributed to the needy people, not needy, but those who really need assistance to get their children the dignity and the pride they need in their homes. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Vice Chairman Christian. That's a legitimate concern. So short recess, subject to call of the chair. Congress is back in session. We're still discussing CP 22-77. Any further
Question.
discussion?
Mr. Speaker, I
Question.
move that we defer the bill to October 7.
Second.
Second.
Short recess. Congress is back in session. There is a motion to defer to October 4th. Okay, those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
Aye.
Nay.
The nay has it, so the motion is not adopted. We continue discussion on the,
Question.
okay, question has been called for. If there is no objection, discussion is closed. We will now vote by roll call of delegations. Chief Clerk?
For the state of Chuk, Chairman Aridas.
Yes.
State of Pohnpei, Chairman Perman.
I'll yield the floor to Vice Chairman Christian.
State of Pohnpei, Senator Christian.
Can you pass me?
For the state of Koshai, Chairman Wali.
Short recess, subject to call of the chair. Congress is back
Ran
in.
out of power.
Continue the roll call. Chief Clerk?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. For the state of Koshai, Chairman Wali.
Yes, yes for Kushai.
Thank you. For the state of Yap, Chairman Rosmal. Chairman
Yes.
Rosmal.
Thank you, Madam. Yes.
Thank you. For the state of Pohnpei, Senator Christian. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, all 4 states voted for the said bill on second and final reading.
CP number 22-77 has passed conference on second and final reading. Next bill.
The next bill under the bill calendar is Congressional Bill number 22-84, second and final reading. CB number 22-80 is a bill for an act to further amend section 609A of Title 55 of the Code of the Federated States of Micronesia, annotated, as amended by Public Laws numbers 21-211 and 21-232, in order to extend the expiration date of the Tourism Sector Mitigation Fund and for other purposes.
Chairman Figueroa.
Move for the passage of the bill on second and final reading.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that conference pass on second and final reading, CP number 22-80. Discussion? Any discussion?
Speaker,
Who's that? The Vice Chairman Palik?
yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. While I support this bill, I really would like to have myself updated and kindly request later that the report be submitted by executive on the impact of these programs and the associated statistics that would show us the use of this fund. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Vice Chairman Palik. I think I recall there is also some kind of a summary report on the status of the program, but to be more updated, I would direct our staff to send a letter to the Department of Finance so that they can provide a report on the latest development on this program. Okay, any
Question.
question is being
Second.
called for? There's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote by roll call of the delegations. Chief Clerk.
For the state of Duke, Chairman Aritas.
Yes.
State of Pohnpei, Chairman
I'll
Berman.
yield the floor to Vice Speaker Moses.
For the state of Pohnpei, Vice Speaker Moses.
Yes.
Thank you. For the state of Koshai, Chairman Wali.
Yes. Yes.
For the state of Yap, Chairman Rusmal.
I'll yield the floor to Chairman Figueroa.
For the
Yes.
state of Yap, Senator Figueroa.
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, all 4 states voted for the said bill under second and final reading.
For that reason, CB number 22-80 has passed.
Speaker, point of privilege.
Second and final reading. State your point.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I yield the floor to Vice Speaker Moses to vote for the Pohnpei delegation to do, because I also own a restaurant and a hotel. So it'd be conflict for me. Thank you.
Even if you declare a conflict, I will not allow it. You still have to. cast
Yeah,
it.
but I had to ask if he could pass it to me so I can also make my conflict of interest statement. And after which I will pass to Senator Ned and he will make his conflict of interest statement. And then finally, he will pass it to Senator Moses.
Yes, we do understand that, and I'm sure all your the Pohnpeian constituency also understand that. Loud and clear. They know. But that's why I will not grant any kind of disqualification based on those. Okay. Next bill, Chief Clerk.
The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-85 for second and final reading. CB number 22-85 is a bill for an act to appropriate $69,582,358 from the General Fund of the Federated States of Micronesia for the fiscal year ending September 30th, 2022, to provide funding for the operations of all branches of the national government of the Federated States of Micronesia, its agencies, various programs, grants, subsidies, and contributions, and capital and human resources development, and for other purposes.
Madam Speaker,
Move for the passage of the bill on second and final reading.
Second.
it's been moved and seconded that Congress pass on second and final reading CP number 22-85. Discussion.
Speaker,
Who's that? Oh, Chairman Berman.
thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I do have a floor amendment to the said bill. It's been printed and I think it's been uploaded into our portable. It's, so I so move for its adoption.
Second.
Again,
Mr.
it's
Speaker.
been moved- it's been moved and seconded that the offer for amendment to CP 22-85 by Chairman Berman be adopted. Short recess, up to the call of the chair. Still, okay, Florida Harbor, motion to suspend.
Move to suspend any relevant rule that may or action the amendment offered by Chairman Berman.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that the relevant rules, specifically the rules prohibiting substantive amendments on second and final reading, be suspended. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. The relevant rules are now suspended. Chief Clerk, read the amendments short.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We now have a floor amendment to CB number 22-85 offered by Senator Ernie S. Berman. Item 1, page 1, in the title, the first sentence, delete the figure $69,582,358 and insert the figure $69,632,358 in lieu thereof. Item number 2, page 1, line 2, delete the figure $69,582,358 and insert the figure $69,632,358 in lieu thereof. Item 3, page 7, line 14, delete the figure $6,586,366 and insert the figure $6,636,366 in lieu thereof. Item 4, page 7, line 21, delete the figure $3,425,181 and insert the figure $3,475,181 in lieu thereof. And the last item, which is item number 5, on page 8, line 7, delete the figure $2,415,000 and insert the figure $2,465,000 in lieu thereof.
Okay, discussion on the offered for amendment. Any discussion? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will
Speaker.
vote. Who's that? We were voting. You want to say something during discussion?
No, I just want to, never mind. I'll just, after we were in recess.
Okay, those in favor of the offer for amendment, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. The offer for amendment is adopted. We now have CD1. Any further discussion on CD1? Discussion, if none, there's no.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes, as Chairman Christian.
I'd like to offer a floor amendment on the budget bill for FY '22 on page, what happened? What to it?
Short recess, subject to call of the chair. Conference is back in session. We're still discussing CD1. Any further discussion? Vice Chairman
Yes,
Christian.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to rise on the point of privilege to offer an amendment to the budget bill on behalf of the following people, constituents. Nena, Aklilikam, Mori, Urusumal, Christian. And offer the following amendment on page 14, line 13, delete the figure 50 and insert the figure 75.
Any second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that the offered oral amendment by Vice Chairman Christian be adopted. The relevant rules are still suspended. So discussion, short recess, subject to call of the chair. Congress is back in session. We have that proposed floor amendment, offered oral amendment by Vice Chairman Christian. Any further discussion on it? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote. Those in favor of the adoption of the offered oral amendment by Vice Chairman Christian, say yes.
Hoy.
Votes nay.
Hey,
Nay.
Hey,
The nays are louder than the ayes. So for that reason, the motion, the oral amendments are not adopted. Okay, let's move on.
Thank you, Chairman.
Speaker, question.
Speaker, question.
Second.
Second.
Has been called for. If there is no objection, discussion is closed. We will vote by roll call of delegations. Second reading.
For the state of Chub, Chairman Aritos.
Yes.
State of Pohnpei, Chairman Perman. State of Koshai, Chairman Wali.
Yes.
State of Yap, Chairman Urusman.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Speaker, all 4 states voted for the said bill under second and final reading.
Okay, for that reason, CB number 22-85 CB1 has passed Congress on second and final reading. Next bill,
Sword recess.
short reading, subject Congress is back in session. Chief Clerk, next bill.
The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-86 for second and final reading. CB number 22-86 is a bill for an act to further amend Public Law number 21-201 as amended by Public Laws numbers 21-219, 21-223, 21-229, 21-241, 22-28, and 22-31 by amending sections 5 and 6 thereof for the purpose of changing the use and allotment of funds previously appropriated therein to fund priority infrastructure projects and other public projects and social programs for the people of Chuk State and for other purposes.
Okay, Chairman Figure.
Move for the passage of the bill.
Second.
Then moved and seconded that Congress pass on second and final reading, CP number 22-86. Discussion.
Speaker.
Yes, for Leader Harbert.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I believe I have a written floor amendment, which is already distributed, duplicated and distributed among members. And I would like to make a motion for its adoption.
Okay, any second?
second.
Then moved and seconded that the offer for amendment to CP 22-86 offered by Leader Harper be adopted. The relevant rules are still suspended. Short recess. Conference is back in session. Floor leader, make your motion to defer your amendment to tomorrow.
I move, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, any second?
Second,
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that the offer for amendment to CP 22-86 offered by for Speaker Harper be deferred to tomorrow's session. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. The offer for amendment is deferred, so along with it goes to 22-86. Okay. Next bill, Clifford.
Point of information, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, state your point.
Don't we need to make motion to defer the bill?
We cannot because Friday is we have to do.
It's
Fridays are
already,
not. It's
it's
for FY
deferred along
21.
with the. It is deferred along with the floor, the amendment that you proposed.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Next bill, deferred.
The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-87 for second and final reading. CB number 22-87 is a bill for an act to further amend sections 1, 8, 9, and 12 of Public Law number 21-185 as amended by Public Laws numbers 21-210, 21-221, 21-238, 22-01, and 22-30 to appropriate $65,000 from the general fund of the Federated States of Micronesia for the fiscal year ending September 30th, 2021, to provide supplemental funding for grants, subsidies, and contributions, capital and human resources development, and to change the allotee of certain funds and for other purposes.
Turn figure.
Move for the passage of the bill on second and final reading.
Again,
second,
It's been moved and seconded that Congress pass on second and final reading CP number 22-87. Discussion on the bill.
Speaker,
For Leader Arbor.
thank you again, Mr. Speaker. I do also have another amendment to that bill. And I believe it's already duplicated and distributed, and I so move for its adoption.
Okay. Any second? Any second? It's been moved and seconded that the offer for amendment by for Leader Arbor to CP 22-87 be adopted. The relevant rules are still suspended up to this point.
You got.
Clerk, read it into the record. It's short enough.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We now have a floor amendment to CB number 22-87 offered by Floor Leader Florencio S. Harper. It reads as item 1, page 1, in the title, the first sentence, delete the figure $65,000 and insert the figure $265,000 in lieu thereof. Item number 2, page 1, line 5, delete the figure $74,952,351 and insert the figure $75,152,351 in lieu thereof. Item 3, page 13, in line 25, delete the figure $16,203,088 and insert the figure $16,403,088 in lieu thereof. And the last item, which is item number 4, on page 21, line 16, delete the figure $600,000 and insert the figure $800,000 in lieu thereof.
Okay, there is that offer for amendment, discussion on it. Any discussion? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote. Those in favor of the adoption of the offer for amendment to CP 22-87 by Florida Harbor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. The offer for amendment is adopted. We now have CT1. Any further discussion on CT1?
Question.
Discussion. Short recess. Members, back in session. We're still discussing CD1, 22-87 CD1. Chairman Romulo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wish to make an oral amendment on page 21. Insert an item W, Chuk inauguration, 70,000.
Second.
So it's been moved and seconded that the offered oral amendment by Chairman Romulo be adopted. The relevant rules are still suspended. Discussion on the offered oral amendment. If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. So let's vote. Those in favor of the adoption of the offered oral amendment, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. The offered oral amendment is adopted. We have CT2. Legal staff, make sure that all the totals, grand totals, subtotals are accordingly corrected. Okay. Any further discussion on CD2? Discussion? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote by roll call of delegations. Okay, Clerk?
Sorry, Mr. Speaker.
For the state of Chuk, Chairman Aritas.
Yes.
State of Pohnpei, Chairman Berman.
Amen.
For the state of Koshai, Chairman Wali.
Yes.
State of Yap, Chairman Urusamal.
I yield the floor to Chairman Fugir.
For the state of Yap, Chairman Figure.
No.
Mr. Speaker, three members voted for, one against the said bill under second and final reading.
CB number 22-87 CD2 has passed conference on second and final reading. Next
Short
one.
recess, Speaker. Short recess.
Short recess to call the chair. Congress is back in session. We're still on the bill calendar. Florida Robert.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to reconsider Bill number 2-87.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that CP number 22-87 CD2 be reconsidered. Those in favor of the motion is to be voted upon by delegations. So Chairman Romulo will cast the vote for Chuk. Chief Clerk, call the roll.
For reconsideration of CB number 22-87 CD2 for the state of Chuk, Chairman Romalo.
Aye.
For the state of Pohnpei, Chairman Perman. For the state of Koshai, Chairman Wali.
Yes.
For the state of Yap, Chairman Urusamal.
I again yield to Chairman Fugir.
Yes.
Chairman Figure.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, all four states voted for the said bill for reconsideration.
Okay, for that reason, the motion to reconsider is adopted. We now have CP number 2287 CD2 on the bill calendar. Okay, motion for adoption. Chairman Fakir.
Thank you, Speaker. I move for the passage of passage of the bill on second and final reading.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that CP number 22-87 CD2 be passed on second and final reading. Okay,
Short.
Discussion. Chairman Romulo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wish to offer a floor amendment to the bill, specifically on the Alati section of the Chuk state portion to governor of the state of Chuk.
Okay, and
Sure.
second. It's been moved and seconded that the offered oral amendment by Chairman Romulo to make a lottery of the item W on page 21 to make that item governor of Chuk to be the
Short
allotee.
recess, please, Mr.
Short
Speaker.
recess, subject to call of the chair. Congress back in session. Chairman Romulo, restate your motion.
I don't know section 8.
Short recess.
Short recess, the call of the chair. Congress is back in the session. Restate your motion, Chairman Romano.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wish to restate my motion on the said bill for item fee. The Aladi should be Speaker of the FSM Congress, and item W should be the Governor of the State of Chuk.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that the offered oral amendment be adopted. The relevant rules are still suspended. Discussion on the offered oral amendment.
Question.
There is no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote. Those in favor of the offered oral amendment, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. The offered amendment are adopted. We have CT3. Okay,
Speaker.
discussion on CT3. Chairman Figure, you have the floor.
Thank you, Speaker. I have a proposed floor amendment that I wish to offer. The proposed floor amendment has been duplicated and distributed, so I move.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that the offer for amendment to CP 22-87 by Chairman Fakir be adopted. Because of its length, we will dispense with its reading, and the relevant rules are still suspended. Discussion on the offered amendment or amendment. Any discussion?
Mr. Speaker,
Chairman Christian, Vice Chairman Christian, you have the floor.
I'd like to repeat myself. I do not think that Congress would be good in appropriating money for one of the four entities that are in dispute about our communication system, particularly and specifically now appropriating money to FSMTCC when they are in court with our FSMTC deciding on certain avenues of coexisting. For Congress to appropriate this money would be to simply signal to the court and signal to everybody that Congress is in support of FSMTCC's case versus FSMTC case in court. Mr. Speaker, I strongly recommend that Senator Figuer abstain and ask that he withdraw his motion.
Thank you, Vice Chairman Christian, for your statement. Yes, Chairman Cullen, we're discussing the offered amendment.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. The motion on the offer offered by Chairman Fakir is already seconded. Mr. Speaker, without the respect to members, we can all allow to vote on the amendment to that bill.
Speaker,
Uh,
Speaker,
Thank you, Chairman Cullen, for your statement. Yes, Vice Chairman Palik.
yes, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Point of information, is there any, is the government, national government legally obligated to pay expenses of OAE as presented here? Are we legally obligated to pay, or is this simply a request that we, exercising our discretion, so decide to pay?
Yes, that's a legitimate question. Short is subject to call of the chair. LC. Conference back in session. We're discussing the offer for amendment by Chairman Fakir. Any further discussion? If
Question.
none-
Speaker,
Yes, Chairman Fakir.
I just want to say, I'm not a member of the TCNI committee that has jurisdiction over this matter. However, I'm concerned about the reputation of our country. And this appropriation, if it passes, will not go into internal costs of the OAE or FSM TCC. It will offset the obligation incurred from outside services.
Okay.
So,
Thank
and I agree with the others.
Question,
like,
Mr. Speaker.
All right.
Okay, question has been called for. There's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote. Those in favor of the adoption of the floor amendment.
Roll call. Roll call.
Okay, there is a demand for roll call. There's no objection. We will vote by roll call. Okay, the clerk, call the roll.
Senator Aridas,
Yes.
Senator Christian,
Point of order, where is Senator Arias?
He already asked to be excused. He has
Yes,
to go-
but somebody cast his vote in the affirmative.
There is
Call
no,
Arias again.
Senator Aridas, Senator Christian,
No.
Senator Figueroa,
Yes.
Senator Colon,
Yes.
Floor Leader Harper,
No.
Senator Conman, Vice Speaker Moses, Vice Speaker Moses, Senator Net, Senator Pollack,
No.
Senator Berman,
No.
Senator Romalo,
Yes.
Senator Urusamal,
Yes, ma'am, to the second power.
Senator Wali, Senator Wali,
speak up. We cannot hear you.
Senator Wali,
Eight,
we-
no. No.
Speaker Semina,
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, we have 6 yeses and 6 nos.
Okay,
So
for
it's
that
not-
reason, because there is a tie, the yes have it. So the amendment is adopted.
No,
Yeah.
Mr. Speaker, I challenge your ruling. When there is a tie vote, the question did not muster the majority vote. So the question failed.
Short recess, subject to call of the chair. Congress is back in session. Okay, Elsie? No, wait,
Well,
third reason. Congress is back in session. There was a ruling that's been, taken as wrong. So we will do a revote on this particular motion. Chief Clerk, call the roll.
Senator Aridas, Senator Christian,
No.
Senator Figueroa,
Yes.
Senator Colon,
Yes.
Floor Leader Harper,
No.
Senator Conman, Vice Speaker Moses. Vice Speaker Moses. No. Senator Ned. Senator Palag,
No.
Senator Berman,
No.
Senator Romolo,
Yes.
Senator Urusamal,
Of course. Yes, ma'am.
Senator Wali,
No.
Speaker Semina,
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, we have a total of 5 yeses, 7 nos.
For that reason, the offer for amendment is not adopted. Okay, we continue discussion on CT.
Question.
Question has been called for. There's no objection. Discussion is closed on CT3. Okay, roll call of delegations. Chief Clerk.
For the state of Chuk, Chairman Romolo,
Yes.
state of Pohnpei, Chairman Perman, state of Koshai, Chairman Wali,
Yes.
state of Yap, Chairman Urusamal, Chairman
I
Urusamal,
again yield the floor to Chairman Figueroa to cast the Yap State vote.
for the state of Yap, Senator Figueroa,
Still no.
Mr. Speaker, we 3 states voted for, 1 against.
CB number 22-87, CD3 has passed Congress on second and final reading. Next bill.
Speaker,
Who's that? Oh, Floor
Yeah,
Leader? Floor Leader Robert?
Speaker, if I may not be ordered, Joe, you want to say something?
yeah, I want to place a bill on the calendar.
Floor has been yielded to you, Chairman Rusimal. Chairman Rusimal, you have the floor.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Floor. I want to withdraw and place committee Congress Bill number 22-79 on today's bill calendar for first reading.
Second.
And moved and seconded that GP number 22 is it 89 or 79?
79, Speaker.
79 be withdrawn from committee and placed on the bill calendar for first reading action. Those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. CP number 22-79 is withdrawn from committee and placed on the bill calendar for first reading action. Short recess, subject to call of the chair. Congress is back in session. The bill CP 22-79 has been linked. So Chief Clerk, we have that bill 22-79. Read the title.
Under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-79 for first reading. CB number 22-79 is a bill for an Act 2. Further amend Public Law number 21-43 as amended by Public Laws numbers 21-54, 21-71, 21-82, 21-103, 21-107, 21-158, 21-186, 21-235, and 22-16 by amending Section 2 thereof to change the use of funds previously appropriated therein to fund public projects and social programs for the people of Yap State and for other purposes.
Chairman Figueroa. Chairman Figueroa.
Move for the passage of the bill on first reading.
Second.
Then moved and seconded that Congress pass on first reading CP number 22-79. Discussion. Any discussion?
Question.
None. If there's no objection, discussion is closed. We will vote by roll call of members. First reading. Chief Clerk.
Senator Aridas, Senator Christian,
Amen.
Senator Figueroa, Senator
Yes.
Figueroa,
Yes.
Senator Colan,
Yes.
Floor Leader Harper, Floor Leader Harper, Senator Conman, Vice Speaker Moses, Senator Ned, Senator Balik,
Yes.
Senator Berman,
Yes.
Senator Romalo,
Amen.
Senator Urusmal,
Okay, ma'am.
Senator Wali,
Yes.
Speaker Simina.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, 11 members voted for the said bill under first reading.
CP number 22-79 has passed Congress on first reading. For the record, Chief Clerk, as of this morning, I signed the declaration of vacancy for the seat belonging to the late Terencio Conman. So any future roll call, please do not call his name again. Okay, next bill.
Speaker,
Yes, Chairman Berman.
I apologize to all members but would like to withdraw and place CP number 22-88 into our bill calendar for today. I so move.
Okay, any second? What happened? No second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that CP 22-88 be withdrawn from committee and placed on the bill calendar for first reading action. Okay, short recess, subject to call of the chair. we have a new bill that was withdrawn and from committee and placed. Chief Burke, next bill. Read the title.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-88 for first reading. CB number 22-88 is a bill for an act to appropriate the sum of $4,200,000 from the general fund of the Federated States of Micronesia for the fiscal year ending September 30th, 2021, for the purpose of funding public projects and social programs in each of the states and for other purposes.
Okay, Chairman Figueroa. Chairman Figueroa,
Second.
short recess.
Motion to
You make sure you get Aritos and Flor.
Conference
Speaker.
Chairman Perman, you have the floor.
Yeah, motion to defer action on the said bill to tomorrow's session.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that CP number 22-88 be deferred to tomorrow's calendar. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. Okay,
Yeah.
the motion is adopted. CP number 22-88 is deferred to tomorrow's calendar.
Speaker, Speaker,
Chairman Perman,
Speaker, I so move that we stand in recess till tomorrow at 10 a.m. Chuk time.
Again,
it has been moved and seconded that Congress stand in recess until tomorrow at 10 a.m. Chuk time. Those in favor of that motion say aye.
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 Motion carried. Congress now stands in recess until tomorrow at 10 in the morning Chuk time.
Thank you, Speaker.